Welcome back to our show. I would like to thank President Thomas Jefferson and our special guest Jesus Christ for staying with us. Now let's welcome our next guest, President Barack Obama.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Larry. It is great to be here.
Well, let's get right to the burning question everybody is waiting to hear from you about.
And what would that be?
Well, I think everybody wants to know how the economy is going to go. Can you tell us?
Oh, yes. Well, it could be a lot worse if I had not acted when I did.
Now listen here. I am going to have to call bullshit on that. Now, Tom. This is a family show. Yes, Tommy, I taught you better than that. I'm sorry, Mr. President.
That is all right. You are forgiven.
Hey, now wait a minute. Forgiveness is my domain. Okay, let's get back to the question, Mr. President. How is the economy really doing?
Well, again, because of the actions I took, given the problem I inherited, we have created jobs. Not enough jobs for me, you see. But just think about where we would be if we had kept getting worse. It will take time to undo what George Bush did, you know.
With all due respect, you are not answering the question, okay? Now I am with Tommy on the BS. I hereby command you to tell the American people the truth.
Seriously? You really want to hear the truth?
Hell, we all know the truth. The American people just need to hear it from you.
Okay. You asked for it.
And tell it straight, Barack, no more spin. Yeah. No more bullshitting.
Here is the truth. The next Great Depression is already happening. It just has not reached the United States yet.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is that things in Europe just continue to get worse and worse, and yet most people in the United States still don't get it. In fact, both Greece and Spain already have levels of unemployment that are greater than anything the United States experienced during the Great Depression of the 1930s. Pay close attention to what is happening over there, because it is coming here. You? The truth is that Europe is a lot like the United States. We are both drowning in unprecedented levels of debt, and we both have over-leveraged banking systems that resemble a house of cards.
I have been warning you about this for centuries.
The reason the United States does not look like Europe quite yet is that we have thrown all caution to the wind. The Federal Reserve, under my direction, is printing money as if there is no tomorrow, and my government is savagely destroying the future our children and grandchildren were supposed to have, by stealing more than $100 million from them every single hour of every single day.
It is immoral to pass this burden on to my children.
I get that. Jesus, but I have no choice. We have gone all in on kicking the can down the road, even though it means destroying the future of America, but the alternative scares the living daylights of me.
We are so screwed. What did I tell you?
When nations such as Greece, Spain, Portugal and Italy tried to slow down the rate at which their debts were rising, the results were absolutely devastating.
That is true. I have been reporting on that. The people are now going to suffer no matter what you do. Socialism only works until you run out of other people's money. A wise woman from England once said, and it is oh so true. You should have seen this coming. Barack, or did you?
Hey, I am only coming clean on one thing at a time here. As I was saying, A full-blown economic depression is raging across southern Europe and it is spreading into northern Europe. Eventually, it will spread to the rest of the globe as well. The following are 20 signs that the greatest of all depressions has already started.
Only 20. I could come up with 100.
Number 1. The unemployment rate in France has surged to 10.6%, and the number of jobless claims in that country recently set a new all-time record. Number 2. Unemployment in the Eurozone as a whole is sitting at an all-time record high of over 12% and rising.
That is an unbelievable number of people out of work.
Number 3. 2 years ago, Portugal's unemployment rate was about 12%. Today it is over 17%. Number 4. The unemployment rate in Spain has set a new all-time record of 27%. Not even during the Great Depression of the 1930s the United States never got that high.
So very sad for my people over in Spain. It is sad for everybody, Jesus. People need to learn the hard way, I guess, that this redistribution scam of the liberal socialists is really a distribution scam. A distribution scam of misery and chains.
Number 5. The unemployment rate among those under the age of 25 in Spain is an astounding 57.2%.
That number is insane.
Number 6. The unemployment rate in Greece has set a new all-time record of 27.2%. Number 7. The unemployment rate among those under the age of 25 in Greece is a whopping 59.3%.
Those are revolutionary numbers. May God look after them all. Each and every one of them. Please tell us more, Mr. President.
Number 8. French car sales in March were 16% lower than they were 1 year earlier, definitely going in the wrong direction. Number 9. German car sales in March were 17% lower. Number 10. In the Netherlands, consumer debt is now up to about 250% of available income. Debt is not saving them and it will not save us either. Number 11. Industrial production in Italy has fallen by an astounding 25% over the past 5 years. Number 12. The number of Spanish firms filing for bankruptcy is 45% higher than it was just 1 year ago. These are real companies with real employees and families now out of work. Number 13. Since 2007, the value of non-performing loans in Europe has increased by 150%. Number 14. The number of bank withdrawals in Cyprus during the month of March were double what they were in February, even though the banks were closed for half the month.
Hell, I would get my money out of there too.
No kidding. They should get their money out of every bank, like yesterday.
Now that is some real honesty there, Mr. President. Bless you, my son. It is about time.
Number 15. Due to an absolutely crippling housing crash, there are approximately 3 million vacant homes in Spain today. Number 16. Things have gotten so bad in Spain that entire apartment buildings are being overwhelmed by squatters. Number 17. Child hunger in Greece has become so rampant that the teachers are reporting that hungry children are begging their own classmates for food.
The children must be fed.
18. The debt to GDP ratio in Italy is now up to 136%, completely unsustainable, and yet the socialists keep getting elected.
Buying votes with empty promises of benefits is all too easy, and it is corrupt to the core.
Well, it worked pretty well for me.
Can we go ahead and finish up, Mr. President?
Number 19. 25% of all banking assets in the United Kingdom are in banks that are leveraged at least 40-1. And finally, number 20. German banking giant Deutsche Bank has more than 55 trillion euros, which is more than $72 trillion, of exposure to derivatives. Even though the entire GDP of Germany for an entire year is only 2.7 trillion, yes, even the strongest economy in Europe is at major risk when the dominoes begin to fall. Thank you for hearing my confession, everybody.
But, Mr. President, the stock market keeps going up. Isn't that a good sign?
Yes, United States stocks have been doing great so far this year. But the truth is that the stock market has become completely and totally divorced from economic reality. When it does catch up with the economic fundamentals, it will probably happen very rapidly, like we saw back in 2008, and down it will go. I plan on kicking the can down the road as long as I possibly can. But at some point, the consequences for these foolish decisions will hunt us down and overtake us.
Peter Schiff says that the crisis is imminent. He further says, and I quote, "I do not think Obama is going to finish his second term without the bottom dropping out." And stock market investors are oblivious to the problem. "We are broke," he added. "We owe trillions. Look at our budget deficit. Look at the debt-to-GDP ratio. The unfunded liabilities. If we were in the Eurozone, they would kick us out." Unquote. Mr. Schiff points out that the market gains experienced recently, with the Dow first topping 14,000 on its way to setting record highs, are giving investors a false sense of security. Quote, "It is not that the stock market is gaining value. It is that our money is losing value. And so if you have a debased currency, a devalued currency, the price of everything goes up. Stocks are no exception." He said. The Fed knows that the United States economy is not recovering, he noted. It simply is being kept from collapse by artificially low interest rates and quantitative easing. As that support goes away, the economy will implode. Unquote. Mr. Schiff seems to be one of the few people out there telling the people the truth. I always tell them the truth.
Well, he does not have to worry about getting votes. Now does he? Look. I just came clean on a lot of things. So he is now not the only one telling the truth.
Yes, Mr. President. But will you allow this show to air later tonight? You know, once Jesus has left the building.
Well, you know, I can't tell the media what to air or what not to air. I'll say this though. I am glad this was not taped on Fox. That is for sure.
I will be watching you, my son, and the network executives as well.
Well, then let me add, please, do not think that we are any different from Europe. When it comes to these economic problems, if the United States government started only spending the money that it brings in, we would descend into an economic depression tomorrow, unlike anything you could possibly think of in your worst nightmares. The only way we can continue to live out the economic fantasy that we see all around us is by financially abusing our children and grandchildren. The United States economy has become a miserable junkie. that is completely and totally addicted to reckless money printing and gigantic mountains of debt.
This cannot and must not continue.
If we stop printing money and going into unprecedented amounts of debt, we are finish it either way. This is all going to end very, very badly.
Thank God for the Constitution and for the Second Amendment. The people are going to have to protect and care for themselves and their families once again. You are welcome, my son.
Well now, let us not get too ahead of ourselves. I have not been able to take the guns away from the people quite yet.
You better sit down. You will never take the guns from the patriots of this country. That is a topic for another show, gentlemen. I would like to thank our guests. And I would like to thank all of you for tuning in. Until next time, good night. What a putz. Tommy, be nice.
Who the hell booked me with Jesus?
Mr. President, your microphone is still on.
Oh crap. Not again.
What a putz. It is time to go, Mr. President.
Great. I was not feeling quite myself, for some reason. Get me the hell out of here.